Sydney's lockdown extended for another week after 27 new infections today. And frankly, I feel trapped in Groundhog Day. Once again, dramatic lockdown, scary talk, threats, stay home or else. And I'm here saying, yeah, but no one's actually died this year from this thing. And we've vaccinated almost everyone in aged care homes, vaccinated most people over 70, at least with one jab, all the people most likely to die. So why all this pain? So why destroy people's businesses?
It's reduced our business by about 70%. So it was already down as it was, and now it's just extra burden on us. It's getting harder every time. It really is. I mean, sometimes we wonder if it's really worth keeping open, but we just keep battling on.
Oh, we don't have a night trade, and it's hard as well. Like, we've lost most of our trade, like more than 60, 70%. So if you walk past Manly in the Corso, a lot of the businesses are gone, you know. Half of our staff are not working as well, so it's just family right now.
I can't do all those arguments again. On and on, the same sort of thing. But let me instead just give you another brilliant example of how this country is now scared stupid of its own shadow. Yesterday was the banning the Formula One race that's going to be here in 4 months' time, or was. Now it's forcing people to take totally pointless precautions against this virus, like it's some sort of theatre that we're in. Hayden Williams is a freelance artist in Alice Springs. He lost his work when even that town was put in lockdown last month. Anyway, last week, he bought a takeaway coffee. He was walking down the street, sipping it without a face mask, which would have been messy, when suddenly the police are on his tail. Now, before I show you what happened, know two things. One, as I said, we haven't had a single death. What's more, not a single person ever has caught this coronavirus in Alice Springs, in the middle of Australia. It's never happened. Two, not a single person in either the Melbourne outbreak or the Sydney one, the ones this year, have got infected outdoors. In fact, a huge Irish study worked out that just 1 in 1,000 infections happen in the open air. This is an indoor thing. So the chances of Hayden Williams getting infected or infecting anyone else out there in the open desert air of Alice Springs was as close to zero as you can mathematically get. But to police, this Williams character was a deadly danger.
There's a pandemic going on. This is a very vulnerable community. There's lots of sick people. I need you to provide your name and your reason for absence.
I do not have to provide my name because I have not committed an offence.
So you are committing an offence?
I have not committed an offence.
I need you to wear a mask. Okay?
I'm drinking a coffee. I do not have to wear a mask while I'm drinking a coffee.
Hey, listen.
Thank you.
Hey, if you do not provide your name and wear a mask, you will be arrested, all right? Sit down.
You're threatening me.
Oh, you're under arrest.
Stop resisting.
What's that, mate? You know you're assaulting me right now.
And so Hayden Wilson, a danger to absolutely nobody, has been fined $5,000. And that's after the politicians first ruined his business with a pointless lockdown. How long is this idiocy going to go on for? Thanks to Avani Yemeni for the video there. But a ray of hope, so rare, so welcome. So welcome that I've got to tell you about it and talk to someone about it before I get on to the real topic I wanted to talk about tonight. Banning of one of the world's great books, a book that so inspired me as a boy and influences still so much of what I do here every night. But first, to this ray of hope. The New South Wales Treasurer, very impressive guy, Dominic Perrottet. Perrottet actually fought like stink against extending the Sydney lockdown, said it would cause too much pain for the gain, and New South Wales had to learn to adjust to the new realities. What are those new realities? They're only the ones I've talked about time and time again, we're now much better at protecting the people most likely to die. Everyone in aged care has been offered the vaccine now, 2 shots, and really we can't now justify locking down everyone else. It's not the gain for the pain. And the Health Minister, New South Wales Health Minister, Brad Hazzard, he gave another clue today that the day really was fast coming when we say, well, at least in New South Wales, Victoria, basket case, but in New South Wales at least, enough. If Sydney people aren't going to make this last lockdown work by staying at home, not mingling, that kind of thing, it's on them. Sydney will open up, even at the risk of some people then dying.
I think at some stage, if the individuals that we need don't hear Dr. Chan's message and don't respond, then at some point we're going to move to a stage where we're going to have to accept that the virus has a life which will continue in the community. But we're trying damned hard at the moment to make sure that we can use every effort to suppress that virus.
Now, this is the great shift in thinking we're also seeing in Europe and Britain too. There in Britain, the new health minister is saying Britain is opening up. It's vaccinated the elderly. And yes, true, many younger people will now get infected with the opening up, but fingers crossed won't die. And it's talking big numbers too.
By the time we get to the 19th, we would expect the case numbers by then to be at least double what they are now, so around 50,000 new cases a day. As we ease and go into the summer, we expect them to rise significantly, and they could go as high as 100,000.
Now, it's true, this is a huge gamble, and be sure our health officials are watching this like hawks. So far, yes, new infections in Britain are soaring again as restrictions lift. But so far, no rise in deaths, although it does take the sick a while to die, so we shall see. And however this goes, if it goes well, this might actually be Sydney's future or Australia's in a matter of weeks.